Hey Soul Family, how you doing? I'm down in my little trailer getting ready to put the rest of the floor in. I've been waiting on the opinion of other people, and I have been thinking this morning a lot about the places that Spirit had me travel on my spiritual journey, right? Once after I accepted my path, my work. They took me out of California and they sent me to Wisconsin for a year. And then I was sent to Sedona, and I literally was sent because I didn't choose to go. Really? Well, I thought I did. I thought I chose to go to Wisconsin. I thought that was all my idea. Joke's on me, right? It was Spirit's idea. So they took me out of a place where I was very, very surrounded with a lot of outside stimulus and noise, right? And brought me to a very, very small town where everything shut down at 5 o'clock. And everyone was, when it was dark, it was quiet. It was kind of like the farm life, right? Introduced me to a totally different life where it was after hours, really, where the nightlife was there, the music. But there was a lot of drinking there. And that's not a problem for me, but Spirit said, no, we're getting off our path here. You got to go. So they moved me to Sedona, right? And isolated me further. And yet I had a more spiritual connection, definitely with the land, right? But they were slowly teaching me how to learn how to be by myself. And wanted to teach me themselves, and I had to be in a place like that. So then they sent me back here. And I didn't want to leave Wisconsin. I didn't want to leave Sedona. And I definitely didn't want to come back here. But I had to. And I have been stuck here for 6 years, which was too long. There was a purpose for everything along the way, and I get it. Some of it I don't understand, but I'm not going to question it. But the point was, I got this little trailer because I wanted to get out of here. I'm the happiest when I'm on the road. I'm the happiest when I'm in nature and when I'm actually hiking around, right? I'm free. I like that. But I also meet people that I wouldn't normally meet when I'm in locations that I wouldn't normally be. So there's so much of this world that I haven't seen, but there's so much of the United States I haven't even seen. Soul Family that I want to see, right? So I got the trailer. My purpose was that I could bring my cats with me and we could go. I'd have a place to sleep, and I wouldn't have to leave them because I don't want to leave them. I go to Sedona, I go to Wisconsin. I don't like leaving my cats. Now, they're not going to love this. They're going to have to get used to it, and it's going to be hard. But you know what? If I can climatize to it, they can too. So I had no idea that when I went to get this trailer, it was going to be as bad as it was, right? I thought, oh, I'll just decorate it, change the interior. It's such a cute little thing, and let's hit the road, right? I would have been traveling by now. No idea. And my landlord jumped in to help and made it worse. And now the whole back end's tore out and it's got to be rebuilt. So the floor, I was waiting on an opinion for the floor. There's a gap. There was a lot of water that poured in through the open vent that was above. And the guy just let it pour in, and he probably threw all of his tools in here because he said he used it for work, and the floor is completely bowed down. When I cut the floor open to see why it was sagging, I thought maybe the support was broken. No, it's not. The support was not broken. It's the fact that there was so much water that was poured on it that it just weakened and damaged the board. So now when I laid the new board over top of it, there's a gap. So, what do we do? There's a pretty big gap. I don't want to just, screw the floor down. Should I put some wood there? What should I do? And then I thought, you know what? I'm not building this the way anybody else built it anyway. I'm not. I'm going to build it the way I would build it. So, if that means I have to stick towels in under the floor, I just thought of that just now. Insulation, soft installation. I should do that. The stuff that I tear off of the walls, I'll stuff under this floor until it meets it. And then I got this gaps and cracks craft stuff. This is expands to fill, seal, and insulate up to 1 inch. So I'm going to spray it all across where I know that the gap is filled and needs to be filled. And then I'm going to take the rest of the insulation and I'm going to stuff it in there. And maybe that's not the way anybody else would do it, but that's the way I'm going to do it because I got to get going on this, right? I'm not staying here. This is not going to stay in pieces. I'm going to start building it the way I would build a Lego house, right? The way I build it. So when I tore this place apart, I found some items that were in here, and I thought they were interesting. I wanted to keep them as, you know, a lot of people will keep a piece of the old, what is it called? The old wallpaper, which I've got a wall in the bathroom that I haven't taken off yet, and I'm wondering if I might leave it. I don't know. It's not something I would choose, but I might just put a frame around it, you know. And but I don't know. Maybe it wasn't my taste. So then I found a dime, a penny, and a nickel. The dime says something has ended, right? It's time for a new beginning. One is keep your thoughts positive. You're manifesting your future. And 5, a significant change in your life is happening at this time, always for the better. Good idea to call upon Spirit for help with these changes. The message I got this morning is don't be too stuck up, egoistic, high on yourself, or thinking you know it all, or thinking you're not worthy, whatever the reason would be, that you wouldn't ask for help when you need help. So I said to Spirit, look, I'm looking for where I'm supposed to head, and I'm asking you. I'm putting it out there, and I'll let you decide. I'm done waiting around, right? I know I can't do things on my own. I do it with Spirit, and I trust Spirit. So they've sent me all over places for certain reasons, and where I go next will be also in my highest good. But I've noticed that all the places that I go to, you know, there's beautiful places. Look at my pictures. I've got incredible pictures. But there's one consistent theme in all of the pictures. I'm alone, and I'm done being alone. I don't want to be alone. What I want to manifest is a partner. So where do you want me to go to manifest a partner? And I think back to when I was in Sedona the last time. I met this guy, and he was a very spiritual person, and very, very fit, very into nature, right up my alley, about, you know, very calm, very easygoing, like the same things as me. And I thought, you know what, I want a man like that. He had on his arms, on one side he had a wolf tattoo, and on the other side he had a panther. That's me. And I was just like, oh my God. So I said to Spirit, bring me a man like that, right? And so where am I going to find a man like that? In Sedona. So this girl's getting moving here. The items that you can choose from are these little coins, whatever reasons that you would choose them. Hold on, the other item went flying. It keeps flying out of my hand, which is really weird. It's costume jewelry, which means a lot to me about why this keeps flying out of my hand. This is something that I found in the wall. And when you look at the items that were here, that I found, it's pretty interesting. So the next item is, I find it's just amazing. This is marcasite, a marcasite earring. It's a pierced earring. There's only one. Cost, you know, it's like a, to me, it's vintage. It's vintage. It's like a 50s style. It's like a, who would be, a grandma would wear this, right? So marcasite is it's a metal that's a crystal metal, and it's for protection. And to me, I feel like it's old stuff, old school. It's old school. Keeps flying out of my hand. Every time I go to look for it, it's gone, right? I have it, and the next thing I know, it goes rolling across the ground. Or twice I've started this video because I couldn't find this stupid thing. It keeps disappearing. So this is like the Magician's Assistant's earring, okay? So the Magician Assistant's earring, the 3 coins, and I found this CD. Esteban Rodriguez, El Mota? I don't know. I haven't played it yet. I think it's hysterical. I don't even know if it is. It's in here. Molca 7. Molca 7. Molca 7. 7, you're on the right path, and it will exceed your expectations. So Molca. And it's interesting because I got this morning, come south of the border with me. I heard that. And look what that is. It looks like it's a little town in Mexico, right? It could be like Taos. South of the border, though. So, there's this one. And then we need one more. One more will be the fire extinguisher. Fire control. Okay? Dry chemical. This is a safety measure. You almost never have to use it, but you have to have it, right? So something that you Something it's necessary to have. You rarely use it, but you have to have it. Okay? It's right there. Backup protection. Okay, backup protection. So those are the items we choose. Obviously, this one's going to be fire. Backup protection, right? I got that already. South of the border, Mexico. This will be earth element. The old school will be water element. And so fire, earth, water, and the coins, the money, will be air. Oh, what I know, all the subliminal messages I get with this. And we get 2 decks we're working with. One is the Healing with Your Angels. This morning, when I went to put my decks away, I sold a bunch of decks a while back that I didn't use, and I wish I hadn't done that. You know, sometimes you think you're not going to use something, or something's not going to be of any, it wasn't of any value to you then, and then you look back and you wish you had it, right? And you gave up on it too soon. So I was mad at myself because I had this box with these cards, and I thought, oh my God, did I sell this box with these cards in it? And I went looking around, and I couldn't find this color box, and finally I found it. And I thought, okay, dude, I have both of them, but how interesting. So I had the cards were in the wrong box. Both are good, both are useful, but they're not in the right home, right? So many messages. So first we look on the bottoms of the decks, okay, before we start anything. Bottom of the deck for the Heal Your Life with the Fairies is positive expectations. So you been hanging out with a bunch of fairies getting healed? Okay. Positive expectations is the message. You are to have positive expectations. Why? Because it looks like things are going a lot better than you might even realize, right? They're telling you to keep up. Keep going with whatever your dreams are, whatever it is that you wanted to manifest, right? They're telling you that if you do this, what you're after, it's going to manifest positively at this time. And then the other, trying to put them down where they won't get ruined, is to help heal this situation. See the other person's point of view with compassion. So you see somebody comforting another who seems very down and depressed, and they're in a location where they shouldn't be down and depressed. They're in a location that I would kill to be in, right? Which keeps showing me, I keep going back to the same place. This is interesting. If you look really closely, they're on the coast, but they're in the mountains. They're in the mountains on the coast. That's a fig tree and an oak tree. It looks like Malibu, but not Malibu. I hate Los Angeles area. Above that. And it looks farther above that, where the trees get a little, I've always said where the river meets the sea, that's where I'll be, right? So you want to understand that everybody has their own way of looking at something, right? Just because it's your truth doesn't necessarily mean it's their truth, but it is truth. So in order to help heal this situation, you can't put yourself in a place of judgment, because everybody has lived their life going through challenges and dealing with things that perhaps you haven't, or maybe in a different way, right? Maybe right now there has been judgment about, how you've done things a certain way. Why have you done that? But you may not know what they've been going through or why they've had to do certain things. Remember I said, have you been healing in a place with the fairies, right? Have you been there healing? Was there a reason for that? Do you have outside backup? Do you need to be where there's backup? You don't use it all the time, but when you need it, they're there, right? So there's been a misunderstanding is what they're showing, because people have been judging another's character, and it needs to be released. So instead of saying what they did was wrong or what you did is right, it's different, right? And don't be looking at somebody as weak. Don't be feeling sorry for somebody. We all get to choice, right? We all get to choose whatever we're going to choose. And we need to get rid of the parts of ourselves as well that maybe we're judging, and we need to release. We had a full moon last night. Release what isn't working, what doesn't work for me. What doesn't work for me is sitting here with my trailer in pieces. So that flipped out. I'm not going to take it because I hadn't chose the items, but this one is saying time out. You've been so busy taking care of everybody else's needs. Now you need to take care of yourself because you're freaking exhausted. You need to stop. That's me, right? I need rest. That's why I got this freaking thing, so I could just go. It's the only time where I'm peaceful, right? Where I'm not freaking tied into my work. Correct for neutrality on all levels. So we're going to start with fire element. Give myself a shot in the arm before I run out of steam, right? I'm getting this floor in, period. Period. I'm getting the floor in. I like the idea of putting the insulation in there because I wanted insulation in the floor anyway, and Frank's like, oh, you know, you won't need it. And I thought, well, you know what? If I have more insulation in the floor, it's just going to keep me warmer, right? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to spray the foam in, and then I'm going to lay the insulation in. Good idea. Correct for neutrality. That'll help where it slopes on the sides, too. Okay, so for those fire element, this is Archangel Gabriel, which is awesome. That's my, when I was asked to choose if I would accept this work, Gabriel was the angel that came to me. Gabriel is the hawk, the red hawk. The hawk is the messenger. And Gabriel shows up as a man and shows up as a woman, whichever. And they're telling you that right now look at the color. I love that. Periwinkle. You have an important life purpose, and it involves communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I'll help you. So somebody with a fire element that's got this drive, that's got this passion, that's got this desire to be out and seen, right? Some people want to be out in front of a camera. Some people want to be out in front of an audience. Some people like to entertain. Doesn't mean they're stuck up. It doesn't mean they're ego-driven. It means they've got something to share. They've got something to say, and they're good at it. They like to bring people pleasure. I've got a lot of friends that are artists, a lot of friends that are musicians, right? So your life purpose is communication and the arts. So it's like, put together the thing that you love and blend it in with your work for spirit, and it's definitely going to be successful. If you think to yourself, what is it that I can do that's going to help myself as well as other people? If you always put it that way, you're going to be successful because you're going to do what you love, and what you do benefits other people. So spirit is going to help you. Okay? So that's your first message. And they're telling you this is your life purpose. This is an important part of your life. There's other purposes. It doesn't mean that that's your only purpose, but it does tell you that this is important for you, and they don't want you to ignore it. They don't want you to allow insecurities to get in the way, to stop you from moving forward on what is clearly something that you are supposed to be going after and doing. It's when I went to Wisconsin, every Thursday night they have something at the Holiday Music Hotel called what the hell is it called? Music night. I don't know. And you had to write 3 songs, your own lyrics, and get up on the stage and perform it in front of everybody. And I went. And at first I went to listen, because there's no way I was going to get up and do that, right? First of all, I didn't know how to play an instrument. But I went, and eventually I did it. And I wrote songs, and I didn't know how to sing, and I couldn't get people to help me. Just like this, I couldn't get people to help me. You know, I wanted somebody to do it with me, but there was nobody that would do. You know, they're all doing their own thing. So I had to do it myself. So I got up, and I didn't have any music to accompany me. So I just sang a cappella. And you want to talk about scary? My whole body was shaking. It was hard. But after a while, I got to the point where I was okay with it. It's kind of like this, you know, every time that camera light went on, made me panic. And now I'm to the place where, whatever, I'm exhausted. I'm not hiding the big black circles under my eyes. I'm not looking my best, right? Oh well, I have a message to deliver, right? So this is a particular archangel that works with you. If you have chosen this as your sign, as your symbol, right? Someone that's putting out the fire. Are you somebody that's putting out a fire? Are you a mediator? Are you a fireman? Are you somebody who is meant to be the calming influence? Put out a fire, right? Instead of add to the fire. Why is Archangel Gabriel with you? Why are the archangels that come to us with us? Because they are trying to help us work with what our natural skills are in a way that we can help other people. So this archangel says that she'll open doors for you. She'll help you with your gifts and help you express the gifts that you have. And all she needs from you is honesty and cooperation. So I was saying that this morning, you know, I was talking about my best friend Diane in Wisconsin, and I don't know if she's seen it yet, but it was a post about when I I went over to her shop one day. I had something horrible had happened. I was in a really toxic environment, and it was really bad. And the only place that I wanted to be was, I just wanted to get to her shop and her, because she was such a grounding source. She is unquestionably my friend. She is always on my side. And she's got my back. And it doesn't mean that she says that I'm always right, because she doesn't. But she's calm and she's peaceful and she's my friend. And I went there to her shop, and just getting there into the place, just in her energy, I felt calm. And I watched her as she was talking to a customer, and she was wearing black riding boots and leggings, like mine, you know, black leggings. And she had this big sweatshirt on and her hair in a ponytail. And I thought, she looks so freaking cute. And so she kept moving around talking to the customer. So afterwards I said, I want to get a picture of you. So then she tried to pose. And it's like my son said to me, I hate your fake pictures, Mom. And I go, what do you mean my fake pictures? The fake smile. And I'm like, well, if you gotta, you know, because you gotta wait and it's kind of like cheese. He goes, I like the ones where people catch you when you're laughing or off, you know, when you're not paying attention. They're more natural, they're real. That's what, I couldn't capture that. She kept trying to pose and it was all stiff. And so then a client came in and she got busy and she went over to the door to help the person, of course, because that's what she always does, is help everybody else, right? And she's standing there looking at the person, and I thought, that's the shot right now. She's helping someone. Somebody's looking to her for guidance, right? And she just looked adorable. And so I took the picture, and she said to me, I didn't even do my hair. I didn't, and I said, you look adorable. You look freaking adorable. You don't even know how adorable you are. And so I posted it, and I shared it. It was 2 years ago that I said, you know, and I don't even know if it was 2 years ago that I took it. It was 2 years ago from you know, the time that I wrote about it. And all these new people, I did it again. I posted it on purpose again for her, right? Because I haven't seen her and I miss her. And there's a list of people that said, you're right, man, did you ever capture the essence of her? Her shop and her are so peaceful. It's a place I'd never want to miss when I come home. You know, I've got to get up there and see her again. Oh, she's a wonderful person. On and on and on and on and on. And somebody said, she looks like a very genuine person or whatever, or she looks like a nice person or whatever. And I said, yeah, she's genuine and she's real. And that's what matters, right? So Spirit says, we just want you to be honest. We want you to be ready to cooperate with us. I said to Spirit, I'll cooperate. You bring me to where I need to go. Bring me my partner. I'll listen, right? I'm not going to tell you what to do. So whatever you're worried about, whatever you're afraid of, you can tell Archangel Gabriel. You know, I'm concerned about getting the sides on the trailer. You know, I've got to get this to the place where I can at least have the walls back on. You know, the inside will go together fast. It doesn't all have to be all painted out and done, although with me, I'll be up all night doing it, right? But I need help with that. I need help with that. So I need to get this finished. I need to get it completed. I need to have somebody who knows about wiring, who knows about plumbing. Do I need to do that right now? Is it something that I can do afterwards? Can I just get it to the place where it's rolling, right? And obviously we all need financial assistance. And I need to have clarity. I want clarity and truth. I don't want any more fog and feeling like I'm going around in the dark. I want to know. So Archangel Gabriel saying, ask the help for help that you need. What is it that you need? And then when the doors open, when she opens the door for the opportunity for you to do or go or be or say whatever it is that's going to help you get to what it is that you're asking for help for, you need to go through the door, right? Because you've got an archangel standing with you. And the archangel overcomes any fears. They can do things that humans can't. There is magic when you have an archangel that's standing at your side. This one is saying, I'm at your side. My function is to be your coach. My function is to help you, right? And don't be mad when I come at you and give you constructive criticism, because I'm just trying to help you. A lot of times coaches get accused of that, you know? You go to somebody and you're thinking, or even a friend, a family member, right? And they give you constructive criticism and you can't take it because you got too much of an ego. They're telling us something to help us because they love us. And I got harsh criticism this morning from my own higher self. I heard what the archangels were telling me. It's enough now. It's enough waiting around. It's time to stop squirreling away, being an island, get what you need to. Why did you get this thing? What were you planning on doing? You wanted to travel, you wanted to get out there, you wanted to meet people, you wanted to stop being alone, right? You're not gonna meet anybody, sit in the backyard of a bachelor's place, right? You're not gonna meet anybody, so get it done. And I was like, well, I've got this, well, I've got that. No, they know now why I'm not moving. I'm not moving because I can't move. So I want to move, so let's make this happen, right? I'll listen, I'll make it happen. And if anybody offers help and assistance, I'll accept it. Somebody asked me for lunch and it was a man. And my first, I ignored the message 3 times. I looked at it and for an entire day and a half, I didn't answer. Because I know the person's interested in me and I didn't want to do that. And then I thought, you know what, I don't know. You know, every person that comes in your life is there for a reason. Maybe that person was gonna help me. Maybe that person just wanted to say, hey, how's it going? And help me out, right? So, I answered. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the old school earring, this old school earring, it would pull my ear, right? It's pulling at my ear. And it'd be weighed down. I don't like earrings that are too heavy, right? I even said it in one of the readings recently about this person that was in the card. It was speaking about somebody. Why are you wearing it was somebody who was pretending to be something else, right? Why are you wearing those chandelier earrings is what I said. And I thought, wonder why I said that. I didn't know why I said that all that day until just this moment. Because the person's wearing a mask. The person is pretending to be a woman when they're a man, because they didn't want to speak to me as themselves, as if I didn't know who they were. And they were pulling on my ear, right? They want my attention. They're a distraction. I don't like earrings that pull down on my ear. This old school marcasite earring is weighing heavily on my ear. So is somebody whispering something in your ear that you don't need to hear? Is somebody pulling your attention away from where you're meant to go and what you're meant to do? You definitely know that I won't choose this sign. But whatever reason you have for that marcasite earring, for those who chose the marcasite earring, I love it when they pop or drop like that. Stand your ground, damn straight, damn fucking straight. Marcasite is like pyrite, right? It's protection. It's also poisonous. This one was poison in my ear. So stand your freaking ground. Don't back down. You are not to back down no matter what. You don't have to pick up a sword and hit, but they are asking you to pick up your staff with your crystal on the end of it for protection. Absolutely. And her wings are ready to fly. You're being told to stand your ground and don't back down. Do not allow another to intimidate you. Do not allow another to distract you. The decisions that you are going to make, you need to make them based on what your heart's telling you. Honestly, what is your heart telling you? Spirit told me I was going to make a decision and it was going to shock even me. And I said, I will break my own heart before I leave my path, right? They're telling you, make your decisions based on your honest feelings. Stick to the decisions and don't allow anything on the outside to influence you. Don't allow some poison whispered in your ear to drag you down. Remember, there's a card in the Divine Circus Oracle, and it's the guy coming out of the darkness. And he's got scars all on his face, and there's like he's got a streak of gray. It cracks me out because it was obviously a message to myself. His hair looked like mine, right? But there was something that was pulling his ear back. He was trying to come out of the darkness, but he was still allowing something to pull him back. Something was yanking on his ear. No doubt, old beliefs, old school beliefs, right? Traditions, heaviness. This is a grandma's earring. It's not my belief system. It's not the way I'm looking and living my life. It's the way they live their life. So I put this down, right? And when you're honest with yourself, you know what you want to do. You know where you want to go, and you need to do it. So this is telling you what was your original decision. That's the right one. I had Sedona and Wisconsin. I said Wisconsin or Sedona. Wisconsin and Sedona. And I looked at the pictures. Now, in Wisconsin, I've got soul family that I love, right? Music that I love. But Spirit took me away from there. There's too much alcohol, and the music, I don't have a problem with alcohol, but the music industry and everyone that I hang out with that does music, it's all based in bars. It's all based around alcohol, right? And that's not a good environment. It's a toxic environment for me. And Sedona's different. I belong there. I fit in with the crowd like that, right? So they're like, flip a coin, you'll know what to do, because when you flip the coin and it lands on the one, then you go, oh shit, you know that was the wrong choice, right? So you already know where you want to go. Listen to what everybody else has to say, but then make up your own mind, make up your own decision. And when you speak out loud about what you want to have happen, solutions start to manifest, things start happening, because you're stating to the universe what you want, right? Get this thing freaking mobile. Maybe I'll stop before I get to Sedona. Maybe on the way to Sedona. You know where I want to go? I want to go to Mammoth. I haven't been to Mammoth in a long time. I'm pulled to the trees. I did notice one thing about the pictures that I put up. Most of the ones where I look really free and happy, I'm hugging a tree. I'm a tree hugger. Look what I'm wearing, right? I grew up as a child. The first 5 to 8 years of your life is what establishes who you are. That's who you are. I grew up in North Vancouver, BC, on Seymour Mountain, on Seymour River, at the mouth of the ocean. Where the river meets the sea, that's where I'll be. So Sedona isn't it, right? It can't be it. I always say that. Whenever I rhyme, it's my higher self speaking. Where the river meets the sea, that's where I'll be. That's why I kept going up to Morro Bay and Cambria. I kept going in that direction. So, and it doesn't have to be right at that joint, right at that juncture. I was on the mountain. I wasn't at the mouth of the river. I was on the mountain. So I was thinking about the giant sequoias. I call myself the Sequoia girl. So think about it yourself. I'm a tree hugger, right? It's the trees. The trees is what I want. Not palm trees. You can't hug a freaking palm tree. Even Idlewild, there's not enough water there though. So right now, when you say what it is that you want, everybody will find out what it is that you want. Everybody understands then why you're motivated to do what you're doing, and why that you're happier there, and this is what you want, or happier doing this. And so when you let the universe know and other people know, you'll be helped to manifest what it is that you want, and everybody will be happy because they'll know, right? You're supposed to take care of yourself, and when you make your decisions and you choose things based on what you want, you're a lot more self-confident, right? I'm just making a decision. So one thing about an Aries, I think about things a lot. I overanalyze. I'm a lot of Pisces in me, right? And a lot Gemini in me. But once I make a decision, I do it. And sometimes I make a decision on the spur of the moment. Fly by the seat of my pants. I like that. That's why I need this trailer done. Correct for neutrality. For those who chose, let's see, which ones did we work with last? Which deck? Just so I go back and forth. Okay. So now we'll go back to the Archangels, or the Angels. For those who chose the Hacienda. Remember that my landlord in Sedona wanted me to caretake that Hacienda? That was an idea. I said to Spirit this morning, I want a free residence in exchange for taking care of your land. Give me that. Let me stay at your place and I'll take care of your plants and your animals and your property, right? Give me that. So I'll choose this. This is earth element, right? I'm definitely connecting with my earth element. That's why I'm wearing green. Correct for neutrality. I'm connecting with the trees and the sea right now. Blue and green. You know what this sweatshirt says? And it makes sense why I wanted this trailer, because I don't really want to stay in one place. It says, do not follow where others lead. Blaze a trail and leave a path. That is me. And that's what I do when I go hiking. I don't go on trails. I blaze a trail. Correct for neutrality. I just want to travel. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I need a hotspot in here so I can have Wi-Fi wherever I go. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Get a park pass. I said I wanted to be a park ranger. I said I should live in a national park. Maybe that's what I need to do for the next year. Live at all the national parks. That makes sense. See, I'm getting my own answers, aren't I? Okay, for those who chose the Hacienda, somebody from Spirit is sending you a message. They love you. I'm happy and I'm at peace and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. So it's a message I'm giving somebody right now. I'm giving somebody right now a message from their old roommate, female roommate, who has passed into spirit. It could be a grandma, it could be a cousin, could be a friend, could be a mother, but there's a female roommate that's passed into spirit. There's also a message from how a part of ourselves dies off when a new part begins. So I'm getting a message from a Leo, and a part of their life has died, and they've been reborn in a different way. This is somebody who's gone through a sex change. Telling you, straight up. And their body is saying, I'm at peace, and I love you. Please don't worry about me. Go free and be who you are meant to be. Embrace who you're meant to be. That part of me, I'm happy. Back up in spirit. There are a lot of people that were born with both sexes, and the parents had to make a choice. I always wanted a little boy, so they became a little boy, when in all reality, they were mostly a little girl, always. This is a very strong and very specific message, I understand, but it needs to come out. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, because what I'm looking at is a tall man with beautiful long hair, but I'm seeing man's hands. What's his name? He was an athlete. Okay. Somebody's uncle. And somebody else's stepfather. Okay. Now, for myself, I don't have that. But I instantly heard my mother. And then it's my mother. So I'm happy and at peace. I cried today, and it wasn't anybody I knew, but I read about this really wonderful person who was, they're giving me my sister. She's a Libra. That's so odd because my sister was an Aries. Whew. So I'm channeling somebody else. Somebody was a Libra. Okay, this girl was an animal activist, and she took care of animals, and she dedicated her life to doing that. She was a beautiful girl. She was blonde like this one, and she had a transplant, lung transplant. I didn't know that they could do that, but she did, and it extended her life a couple of years. And she passed away, and the picture they showed was she was so young, and she was holding this cat, and the cat was so relaxed. Right now, that person that was left, who represents that cat, is extremely depressed, have been angry, hurting, thinking that that was a ripoff, that that person was taken away too soon. But this message is, I'm happy. And I'm at peace. I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. I'm good. And I wrote, I started crying instantly, and I knew I was channeling somebody. And I wrote, I'm crying right now. I don't know why, because I know she's obviously in a place, she's back in spirit, and she gets to decide where she wants to go next, right? It's like my mom, when I met my mom in France years after she'd passed, and I said, where have you been? I haven't seen you. I need you. Where have you been? And she said, are you kidding? This world is huge. I've been traveling all over the world. There's so many cool places to see. I'm going to go. I got to go. I just stopped by really quick to see you in France in front of Notre Dame, right? I always think Beauty and the Beast. And I said that. And yet I said, when I said that there are, this person could come back or do or, be whatever in spirit, get to choose where you go the next time. And I never used to believe in life after death, but I do now. And it's been proven to me. I said, except for this is the only place where you can have animals. This is the only world where there's animals. And I wouldn't want to be in a place where there's no animals. I don't want to be anywhere but here. So I'm crying. I'm thinking about her family and her friends that loved her. And I said, please bless all the family and friends that love her because they're hurting. And I'm seeing somebody right now. I'm seeing that cat crying. They can't seem to get over it. They've got themselves stuck in a knothole. They can't pull themselves free, is what they think, but they can. It's self-imposed. What I heard in my head is my caretaker went away. My caretaker went away. So it was somebody that cared about them, and it's difficult. So this is helping you understand that if there's an aspect of your life that has died, it's happy. Let it go. If there's someone in your life that has died, you're missing them. You're sad. They're not. They're not sad. And in all reality, it hurts them for you to spend so much time and energy being sad and not living your life. So you're being asked to release it. Release what no longer serves you. What no longer serves you. Is this your stepsister? I just got that. Stepbrother. They just gave me the name Ray. They're giving me well, her name is Sonya. They're giving me the name Ray, and they're showing me a Libra. They're showing me a Leo. I got a Leo right away. So I'm giving you those signs and those names because those are specific people that are coming through right now. So your heart's been extremely heavy, like those clouds. I said yesterday, I'm looking at a sky that's very, very heavy and really wants to rain. Well, Spirit says, let it rain. Let the rain fall. Know that you are very, very loved. This one that has gone into a different place has adjusted very well. Maybe they've had to move to a different place. Maybe somebody's moved away. This is telling you a deceased loved one. But it would be like a death, wouldn't it? If somebody was gone where you couldn't see them anymore. This person is telling you that they've adjusted to where they are. Interesting, didn't I say? South of the border. Maybe somebody's in a different country and you can't see them. You can't go there. And they've adjusted. They're saying you did everything that you could. Don't blame yourself for not being able to prolong whatever, my life or my stay or whatever the situation is. This love between you will never, ever be removed, ever. Love is never dead. Love is always there. But if this one has gone into spirit, they don't have to carry the dead weight. The dead weight. You're carrying the weight of the dead, and they're not. The second one that came to my mind was my cat, Lily. My mom, and Lily came really quickly. Right after, in my head, I heard Lily. Because Lily, somebody did something. Turned off the air conditioning in a very, very hot day when I was gone, when I was away, which is why I don't want to leave my cats. When I was away, and she got heat stroke, and for 2 years she suffered. She almost died. I was able to revive her for another 2 years, and then she died. But that's what killed her. And so maybe there's blame, maybe there's anger that you need to let go of. Whatever it is that's going on, if you keep your head stuck in a knothole, you're not going to move on. You need to live your life. Spirit says that this one that is now a guide for you in spirit is going to make sure that the road goes smoother for you. You've been through a really difficult time, and the worst is behind you. So whatever situation that you find yourself in now, at this point, they're telling you it's going to be a peaceful resolution. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the coins, pennies from heaven. You got a lot of options in front of you. Which way are you going to go? What are you going to choose? I see one heads up, 2 heads up, and 1 tail. 2 heads up and 1 tail. So when I look at that, I see 2 going together. One bigger than the other, right? Look at one a little bigger than the other, and someone leaving. So this to me looks like a third-party situation, and this one, it's a tail, right? They're out of there. Or maybe you were part of this, and you're saying, I'm out of here, right? Watch your fine ass, let them watch your fine ass walk out the door, right? Whoever it is. There's a separation is what I'm seeing here. Correct for neutrality. For all, correct for neutrality on all levels. I gotta get moving here. This one? Yeah. Correct for neutrality on all levels. All right. Ha! Wow. You want to talk about how fast I manifest? New location. There is a new location for you. It could be your house, your job. It doesn't have to be that you're in a different town. It could be a different state, different city, different town, different country. I don't know where you're going. I don't know where I'm going even. Spirit's been telling me for quite a while that there's a trip brewing. You're going to travel. You're going to have sudden travel. And I thought, well, I don't have any plans. But like I said, I do things on the spur of the moment, right? I can just make a decision and tomorrow I'm gone. And you know, another thing I said today was I want to be where there's waterfalls and trees. Waterfalls and trees. I have to have waterfalls and trees. And I don't mean palm trees. I want trees where there's like forest. Waterfalls and trees. And look what's in the background here. Waterfall. At the curtain of the waterfall, that's where I'll find my best friend. So, there's a change coming your way. And look at how many butterflies there are. 3. Just like the 3 coins, right? A new residence, most likely. It could be that you're switching jobs. It could be. But the colors are blue, and that same periwinkle, which is the spiritual color, purple, right? And white. So coming clean, communication. Archangel Michael stands out with this because Archangel Michael his color is blue. Archangel Ariel is the angel of finances. So I'm sure she's assisting. Blue is calm and peaceful. You're going to be in a much more peaceful place. You're being drawn to an area. You feel it. Your energy is drawing you there. Maybe you've been thinking about it. And Spirit says, this is confirmation that this is a good idea, Sherry. This is a good idea. You, whoever chose this, right? And you have to start really thinking about this now. This is about where you want to go, what do you want to do when you get there. Ask Spirit to help you find that new location. If it's not a new home, you're going to a new place of business or changing your kind of business that you're doing, the way you do business. You might be getting a new job. You might be transferred to a new location. And that new location is going to improve your life because Spirit's calling the shots. Spirit is making this happen. So there's an affirmation. Oh, I didn't know there were affirmations. The affirmation, I now live and work in a safe, comfortable, spacious environment in a wonderful location. So what did I say? I need a hotspot. If I have a hotspot, I can travel and do my work wherever I am, as long as I have a hotspot, right? So safe, comfortable, spacious environment. That's another thing. I don't want to be in a freaking closet. I'm done with that. A wonderful location. Butterfly, full transformation. They're flying. Calla lily. Calla lily. Lily. Lily, my cat Lily. So Lily. Lily is a representation of my mom. Calla lily. Where would calla lilies grow? I had them in Canada in my garden. I think they grow everywhere. They don't grow in the desert unless they're in a pot. So, if you're looking for a sign, this is it. And let me see if I can quickly find the affirmation. And maybe you just need to take a vacation. And when you go on the vacation, you'll locate where you're meant to go. Stand your ground was one, right? So let's see. Stand your ground. Affirmation. The fairies ask you to make decisions based upon your honest feelings. Stick to these decisions and don't allow outside influences to cause you to waver. Okay? All right, you guys, that's it. We're at a wrap. We're at a wrap. No mistakes. Time for me to get building my trailer. Tired of doing everything by myself. I want somebody to do this kind of stuff with me. That's another request. I don't want to have to do this alone. I don't want to do this alone anymore. 13 years alone is way too long for somebody who is named Sherry. Too long. All right. Learned my lessons. Learned to recognize true value. what's important, and what I won't compromise. I would suggest you do the same. Whatever is easy care, whatever is true value, whatever is comfortable and fits with who you are, that's it. All right, I love you guys. I'll upload this when I get done. I did it in less than an hour.